right, get comfy, take a minute, slow down that body, that mind, that breath. Taking just the first few moments, as we always do, just center and ground ourselves, bring ourselves, our body as well as our mind, into the present moment. Trying to keep our mind within our body here throughout the next 45 minutes in our practice. And as always, if you're having a hard time getting that clutter, those extra thoughts out of that mind, just tune into that breath. Just inhale and exhale and listen to that breath as it moves through the back of the throat. And following that breath through that body, all the way from the head to the shoulders, through the arms to the fingers, down through the back, into the belly, down into your hips, through the legs, and down into your toes. Next time you take a nice deep breath as you inhale, lifting up the top of the head as you exhale, lower that chin to your chest, and then gently begin rocking that head out side to side in a half neck circle. Right ear, right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. Just taking that head side to side, with that chin passing through center each time. And when you're ready to come over to the right side, hold that right ear to the right shoulder and press that left shoulder down the way. Create some space, best as you can, through the side of the neck. And if you'd like, you can take that right hand up on the side of the head with that finger at the ear. Or just gently let the hand be a little bit more weight, a little bit more pressure. And then from here, we're going to tilt that chin down towards that right shoulder a little bit. Change the stretch, change the angle. Bring that chin back up, releasing that hand, relaxing that shoulder, and then a couple times just rock that head out side to side again, always going with that half neck circle. And we're ready, left ear to that left shoulder, press that right shoulder down the way. And with that half neck circle, just keeping the safety of the neck in mind. With a full neck circle, when you drop the head back, it puts a lot of compression on the vertebrae in the neck. And then if you'd like, again, left hand can come up. Not everybody's necks are equipped to deal with that. It's really not any more beneficial to do a full neck circle versus the half. You can still get the same thing out of it without compromising the safety of that neck. And then again, tilting that chin down towards that left shoulder a little bit. Tilting the chin down towards that left hip and that left leg. Releasing that hand, bringing that head back up, and again, a couple more times, just rock it out side to side, right, left, right. And we're going to bring that chin down towards our chest. And if you'd like to, you can interlace those fingers and place those hands at the back of the head and draw the elbows forward. Again, without pulling, but just letting the weight of the arms be enough to create a little bit more openness and a little bit more stretch. And then from here, you're going to lift those elbows back out, release those hands, and lift that head up. And then start to roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. The shoulder rolls forward, backwards, and then we'll go forward. So rolling the other way. And then relaxing, pressing those shoulders back and down, hands down by your side. Inhale up and exhale and fold forward. Seated forward fold, head, chest, and body coming forward, knees opening up, hips opening up a little bit. Just holding it here. And then from here, inhale, nice deep breath, head up, and let's bring ourselves all the way up. Let's extend those legs out from underneath us. If you are propped up on anything, you can release those. Just inhale up and exhale once again, folding forward. So just another seated forward fold, head, chest, and body coming forward. All right. And from here, inhale, nice tight core. And let's bring ourselves up, bring those feet together into bound angle. So bring the soles of the feet together. And if you want, you can pull those heels in towards the body, depending on your flexibility. And as we fold forward, you can either keep those hands on the ankles or you can release the arms out in front. So inhale up and then exhale, folding, just coming forward, tipping from the hips. So again, if you want to keep the hands at the feet, and you're going to use the elbows to push out, or if you want to release the hands and come forward. Whatever you're looking for, your body will allow this morning. Those inner thighs, give them a nice big stretch. As those knees drop out and open to the side. And then from here, once again, nice deep breath, tight core, head up, and all that body comes up together. And then go ahead and use those hands, help bring those legs together. Come up onto our hands and knees for a couple cat-cows. Hands underneath the shoulders, hands underneath the hips. And let's round the back of the cat. Chin tucks in towards the chest, shoulder blades pull apart. And then reversing that curl, making your way into cow, tailbone lifts up behind you. Belly still stays folding. And making your way through cat through cow, round reverse. Inhale, exhale. Give that back a stretch. One more time each way. And then we're going to make our way into a neutral spine. And then from here, just scoot the hands a little bit further in front as we sit back to the right and then to the left in some circles, sitting back into a child pose, stretching those hips out a little bit more and coming forward. Circling one direction. And then once we make our way back up to center, let's change the direction of those circles. So sit back over to the other side and then scoot those hips around. One more time. And then the next time we get back to center, let's go ahead and just sit back into a child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, arms extended long, forehead down, and sit back, reach the arms forward. Back into child's pose. Breathe here, take a couple breaths. And up from here, lift that head up, curl your toes, make your way into your downward facing dog. So as we come into that down dog, walk it out, do whatever feels good. Push that body weight back into the heels, chest away from the arms, lift that tailbone up and back. And that head relax, shake it out, do some yeses and some nos if you need to. Just settling into your first down dog. Good morning. Come here, breathe. And then look towards those hands. Let's walk the feet up to the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming in towards those legs. And here too, if it feels good, you can walk it out. You can bend one knee, straighten the other. Keep that going. And just fold and hold. Oh, we've got Anne twice. All right, good, Anne. Hopefully your dual. It's like, who else would join us? Your dual devices helps. And then just fold and hold right here. Take a few breaths. And then inhale. To a flat back, and those hands can either stay on the shins or they can stay over the shins or stay on the ground. Whatever works for you. I just want you to really push those hamstrings back and pull the crown of the head forward. So make that back nice and long and make those hamstrings nice and long. And then exhale, release back down to your forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads with a nice flat back. We make our way up to standing, reaching all the way up, and bringing the hands down and around to our heart center. And then from here, just gonna bring the arms up and bring the hands together and take a little lean over to the right. So taking a stretch to the side of the body. You can either have the hands together or you can release, but whatever's gonna give you a good stretch to the left side of the body. And then we're gonna bring it to center. I'm gonna take it to the other side. I'm gonna take that stretch all the way through the right side of the body. And one more time, I'm gonna bring it up to center. Take that stretch, take that reach. And then over to the other side. I'm just gonna bring it back to center, bringing those hands back down to our heart center. Feet are about hip distance apart. Just gonna inhale up and exhale, sit back into chair. So sitting back into our chair, chest up, arms are reaching up, wherever they can go. Body weight's back on our heels, bending into the knees. Holding it here. And from here, let's bring those hands together and let's twist to the right. Using that left elbow by that right knee. Take that twist, looking over towards the right. Still keeping that lower body back in that chair, still sitting back. And then from here, let's come back to center, reach the arms up. And then let's bring those hands together and let's twist to the left. And holding here, bringing the arms back to center. Give me one more breath. And then let's release to a forward fold. Coming back into our forward fold. If it feels good, walk out, do whatever you need to. And then just hold yourself here. And then from there, let's place those hands down and walk or jump into a plank. Having a nice strong plank, belly fold in, nice and tight, looking out. Maybe over the end of the fingers, over the end of the mat, if you have one. Pull here, again, hold here. Pull that belly up, keep that core nice and strong. One more breath. And then we'll slowly chaturanga, lower down, lift up to your up dog. And when you're ready, to the down dog. On your toes and just lift your hips and push back. Just hold in here, gonna move that down dog, take a few breaths. Inhale, exhale. And then let's lift that right leg up behind you, nice and high, to your down dog splits. And then let's bend that knee, let's swing it forward in between the hands. We're aiming to get it. If you didn't get there, pick it up, move it down onto your knee to a low lunge. So lower yourself down, and then lift your upper body up and bring your arms with you. Tucking that left hip under. And as we step that right foot forward, make sure you can still see those toes without having to go look for them. With that knee over the ankle, that nice 90-degree angle. Hold it here, reaching nice and long. Here, taking those hands down on one side of the foot and one on the other, and take that right arm up and give me a twist. So bring that right arm up, give it a twist, reaching long. And then from here, placing that hand back down, curl that back toe, and lift up into a high lunge. All we're going to do is elevate that left leg, elevate our chest, and come up. So just coming up into a high lunge. Then placement for that ankle and knee underneath or a little front. Reach long. And then from here, those hands come down again, and that right arm comes up into that twist. So now we're doing the same twist with that left knee elevated up off the ground. So try to pull that left knee up, reach that right arm up over that shoulder. And then release, come back up into that high lunge. Give me one more breath here, and then make your way into warrior two. Drop that inside of the back foot, open up the hips, open up the arms, and bend into that front knee. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and reach long with those arms. Keeping those shoulders stacked over the hips. Take that reach and that length through those arms. And then from here, just straighten out that leg as we bring the arms up and then bend into that knee. So a little bit of movement, straightening and bending, going at your own pace. One more time, and once we get back into that warrior two, just hold it here. And then that right arm comes above that right knee. Take that left arm right up overhead, and then take it over the ear and reach over to the side. The left arm's reaching over to the right, biceps right over the ear. Keep that shoulder open and roll back. The left arm can stay above the knee. You can release it on the inside of the leg, whatever's going to work best for you. Don't need to bring it down. Not completely necessary. Just to get that. What we're really aiming for is that side stretch all the way down the side of the body, reaching long. And then bringing it back up overhead. And we're just going to cartwheel ourselves back up into our warrior two. And then come into peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Take that left arm down the left leg, right arm reaches back. And then from here, just bringing the arms forward and back. And then we're going to even come even further, go to our side angle, and then come back to our reverse warrior. Again, coming forward, side angle, and back. So just again, a little bit of movement. So that upper body's moving at the hips, and that lower body staying stationary. And then one more time, once we get back to that reverse warrior, I'm just going to come and hold here. One more breath. And then cartwheeling those hands down beside that foot. Send that right leg back behind you, back to your down dog splits. Come forward, bend the knee, and then come forward to a one-legged plank. Pull that belly in nice and tight. And then from here, slowly lower down to your up dog, release that leg, and then to your down dog. And then that down dog, come here, hold. Kitty cats. Okay. Cat fight, okay. All right, when you're ready, bring that left leg up behind you, nice and high into your down dog splits. All right, bend that knee, swing that leg forward, in between the hands. Again, if it didn't get there, pick it up, help move it, or just wiggle the toes forward, down to your back knee, to your low lunge. Lift yourself up, tugging that right hip under, pushing it forward. And breathe. And remember here too, any place you need a little extra challenge, close your eyes. Even with that knee placed on the floor, a little bit of stability. If you close your eyes, just adds a different element of instability. I'm gonna take those hands down. Left arm comes up, reach and twist. And then bringing that hand down, curl the toe, and lift yourself up, come up to that high lunge, elevate that upper body, bring the arms with you. Again, bending into both knees, come and hold. Modification for high lunge could be a low lunge if you need to go back there. And then once again, hands down, left arm comes up, give it a twist. This time again, same thing, but just that right leg is elevated and long. And then come back up to that high lunge. One more breath. And then to that warrior two, drop down on the inside of the back foot, open up the hips, open up the arms, squeeze between the shoulder blades, and reach long. Come into your warrior, find your breath. And then again, as we straighten out that leg, bringing the arms up, and as we bend into that knee. So just straighten and bend a couple times. One more time. Once we're back out into that warrior two, just hold it here. And then right arm goes above that, or that left arm goes above that left knee, right arm goes up over that shoulder, open up, and then take it overhead to that side ankle, bicep over the ear, reach forward again, keeping that shoulder open, trying to roll that shoulder back, chest open. And then from here, coming back to center, back to a reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. And then from here, go forward, arm up, and then back. And then this time all the way come forward to your side angle. So you're just going through your side angle and reverse. All right, a little bit of movement, maybe hopefully to get a little more different type of a stretch. One more time. And then once we get back to that reverse warrior, just gonna fold. Once we're back in that reverse warrior, just fold here. And then from here, cartwheeling those hands down beside that left foot, send that left leg back behind you. Tear that left foot, bend that knee, come forward to a plank. Good plank, let's chaturanga, lower down, lift up to your up dog, and then to your down dog. Coming into your down dog. Second, do what you need. Lift towards his hands, walk and jump the feet to the hands, standing forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, gaze comes out over the end of the mat. Just out in front. Exhale, release, inhale, arms up and side, head up, chest lays, nice flat back, up, up, up. You come to standing, bring it up, and bring it around, and down. And this time we're gonna bring those feet, a little bit legs closer together to touching if you can. And then bring the arms up, and then take that stretch to the side of the body again, over to the right. And then over to the left. Taking that to reach all the way down the left side of the body, right side of the body. Reach forward to the left, and then back to center again. One more time. Bring it back to center. And those hands down. Again, legs are very close together, if not touching. Inhale up, exhale, sit back into chair. So coming into our chair pose, coming back, body weight back on the heels, bending into the knees. And again, a little bit different than with those legs hip distance apart. Sit back, hold, reach long. And bring those hands together once again. Twist to the right elbow above that right knee. A little bit different. With those legs so close together, a little less stable. And then release, arms back up, sitting in your chair. Once again, hands together, twist to the left this time. Making sure that that right elbow is above that knee. You don't want to place it on that kneecap, and even if you have to help it, move it up. Make sure it's just not resting on the kneecap. Keep that pressure there unnecessarily. And then release, come back to center, arms come up. Sit back, hold your chair, one more breath, and then let's fold forward. And that forward fold. And again, even a different element in that fold with those legs so close together. Less stability, those legs close together. And from here, taking those hands down, walk or jump into a plank. And then from here, slowly chaturanga, lower down, lift up to your up dog. And then when you're ready, to your down dog. Back into our down dog, pushing that body weight back into those heels, chest away from the arms. And then here. going to come down onto our knees and sit back in a child's pose just for a moment. Sit back, take a break. If you need to roll those wrists. Come back, sit back. 1 second. And then from here, bringing those hands, or that head up, curl those toes, and bring yourself back into your down dog. So we're gonna make our way into side plank. So we're gonna come forward into a plank from our down dog. We're gonna take the right arm underneath, and we're gonna stack those feet, rotate, and roll to the side. Now, if you need to modify, you can come down onto the right knee if you need to modify, but if you can, take yourself, stack those feet, one on top of the other, or you can even have one in front. Just make sure those hips are stacked one on top of the other. And taking that left arm over your ear, reach, take that side, and then take that arm back up. Lift the hips a little higher if you can. One more breath. And then from here, come back to center. Come back into your plank. From your plank, slowly chaturanga, release to your up dog, and then to your down dog. Okay, to the other side. Just take a second, breathe. Come to your child's pose for a second. Release. You need to roll those wrists, feel free, or scoop those arms in. And let's get ready for the other side. And when you're ready, make your way back into your down dog. Come forward to that plank. Left arm underneath. Feet, scoot them closer together. Stack them. Roll to the side. Take that right arm up. Keep the hips up again. If you need to, come to that left knee. Take that right arm over. Reach forward. Just take a side stretch and then bring it up and back and hold. Hips up a little higher if you can. One more breath. And then roll back to center. Chaturanga. Your up dog. And then back to your downward facing dog. Bring it back into that down dog. Take a breath. Take a breather. And then once again to your knees and then to a child pose. You take a second, sit back. Release, hold, because we're going to do that one more time. All right. So whenever you're ready, make your way back into your down dog. Lift up, come. When you're ready, come forward to that plank. Right arm underneath, roll, stack, and go. And again, remember, if you need to, bring that right knee underneath. If you need to, there's no shame in that. And you can also, if you want more challenge on the knee, you can lift that left leg. But do what you need. It works. Hold one more breath. And then from here, once again, back to center. Chaturanga, up dog to your down dog. And then we're ready to take a second and come to your child's pose. If you don't want to go to child's pose, you can just stay in your down dog. It's entirely up to you. And when you're ready, if you're not in that down dog, bring yourself up. Again, come forward to your plank. Left arm underneath. Feet together, stack, roll to your side. If you need it, bring that left knee down. Do what you need to do. Modify if you need. Keep those hips lifted as fast as you can. One more breath. And then back to center. Back to your plank. Your plank. Slowly lower down. Up dog. And then to your down dog. And then once again, to your knees, and then to your child's pose. And again, you want to scoot the arms in a little bit, roll those wrists one direction, then the other. Feel free. Take a couple breaths right here. Sit back onto those heels. Let that body relax. Holding it here. One more breath. And then from here, take the hands right beside you and very slowly lift yourself up. And just come back to sitting back on those heels. And when we're right here, take that right arm, stretch over, reach over to the left. Just take that left hand down beside that body. And stretching and working the sides of that body, and then to the other side. And one more time, reach over to the right, and reach to the left. And then we're going to go and bring ourselves back to center. I'm going to take those legs out from underneath us and either cross them or just swing those legs around as we make our way into our boat. In our boat, you've got options. You can take a hold of the hamstrings, you can take the shins, or you can just release those arms, leaning back to that V-sit. Squeeze those inner thighs together. And if you can, bring yourself to that tabletop. If you want to, you can extend those legs. If you can also, if you can extend those legs, you can release those arms and hold here, lifting out through the chest, roll those shoulders back and down. So it doesn't matter where you are, you can be here. You can also be give a little support here or here, whatever works. One more breath. And then from here, we're gonna roll forward and fold. So come to a seated forward fold. And we're here at the very beginning. Maybe now you're feeling a little more release in that back of those hamstrings and that fold. Maybe not. Hands on that body. And then from here, inhale. Let's bring ourselves back up. And from here, we're going to put those feet on the floor and we're going to lean back to that V-sit. From here, we're going to take the arms up. So try and just sit in your V-sit and put those feet down and take the arms up. And then we're just going to take that back of the right palm down to the side and then take the back of the left palm down. Just a little bit of movement. If it's a little too intense, you can sit a little higher. If it's not intense enough, you can lean back a little bit more. Just alternating one side then the other. And then let's bring it back to center. And once again, extend those legs and fold forward. And into a forward fold. Legs extended long. You can grab onto those feet if you want. Bring yourself in. Letting that chest come a little closer to those legs. Doing what works for you. And from here, inhale. Up we come. One more time, just into our boat, wherever you'd like to go with your boat. And there's ways to modify, ways to do whatever works for your body, whatever's available to you and your body. And if you want to, you can extend those legs, you can fold them if you need. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Lift that chest, roll those shoulders back. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to release those legs, release that body, and come and lie back and take the hands out over the head. So reach, point, and stretch. Make that body nice and long. Come and hold it here. Oh, hey, Sabrina, glad you joined us. All right, holding it here. Reach one more time, point those toes. Reach along through those arms and those fingers. And then from here, we're going to be making our way up to seated into boat. So you're either going to swing the arms down towards the body or around, whatever is going to give you that momentum to pick yourself up and come up into a boat. So you're going to come back, sweep up to whatever boat works for you. And then we're going to extend back down. And once again, we're going to come back up into our boat, come and hold, and then release. So however you can get there, back up into your boat, come and hold, squeeze those inner thighs together, and release. One more time, back up into your boat, belly in tight, hold, squeeze, and release. All right, coming back down, once again, reach, point, stretch. Alrighty, and from here, we're bring the arms down by the side. We're gonna bend the feet, bend the knees, feet on the ground, feet underneath the knees. We're just going to make our way just up into a bridge. So we're going to start lifting the buttocks up off the floor, lifting up the low back, mid back, to where you're comfortable. and not entirely necessary for you to roll up all the way onto the neck, because again, here talking about the safety of the neck. When you force yourself up on, you've got all that pressure just on your vertebrae in your neck, which is not the healthiest thing for your neck. So it's okay to have the upper back down, but you don't want to be arching that back in a bridge. It's a nice long diagonal line. So come hold here. We'll hold. And then from here, slowly release. And then next up, you have a couple options. You can either come make your way back into a bridge if you want to come into a shoulder stand with me. And in a shoulder stand, we're still going to be up on the shoulders, and not just only the neck, the vertebrae in the neck, but just right below that. All right, so if you're going to come into that shoulder stand, or if you want to come back into a bridge, you know where to go to lift it. Come into that shoulder stand, you're just going to bend those knees, swing those knees towards that body. Lift those legs as you do take a hold of that low back as you can get there. And if you do have neck issues, wouldn't recommend that you come here, but if you can, extend those legs, try and get those feet right up over those hips. So a nice straight line. And again, too, here, if you want to come into plow and drop those feet overhead, again, then you got to have a really good stable neck, because this puts all the pressure on that neck. So if you don't, or you're not sure, I wouldn't go there. Just keep those legs up. Go and hold. Or hold your bridge. Do something that works for you. One more breath. And to come out of it, all we're going to do is bend those knees and let ourselves roll back down. And then from here, as we roll those feet back down, let's go ahead and grab a hold of the shins, and then we're just going to rock and roll ourselves up and down. Lengthen and lift to the top of the head. As you get up. Once we're up, come and hold one time here. Hold, try and keep those toes right above the earth. Hover, hold, lift that chest. And once we roll back down, let's take those legs long, and let's reach, point, and stretch. And then from here, let's go ahead and bring the arms down by the side. Let's bend those knees. Let's take the arms out to the side at a T. The feet are on the floor with the knees bent. We're just going to drop the knees to the left, and we're going to look over to the right. A little back stretch. And then from here, we bring the knees to center. We're going to drop them to the left, or to the right, and look to the left. You're just looking in the opposite direction of where those arms are. Maybe too, even a little bit of a stretch through that chest. And then from here, we're going to bring those knees back to center, bring them in, and then give it some circles. And then circle the other way. And then from here, you can either grab onto the insides or the outsides of the legs, extend those legs, and give a little rock, little roll, happy baby. And again, you can either go inside, outside, or you can even take those two fingers, grab those toes, hold. All right. And then from here, bring the legs in together, soles of the feet together into a reclining bound angle. So let's the feet together, knees out. While they're there, let's take the arms up and the hands up so you can see them. Right hand grabs the left wrist and just pulls it over to the right. So feet are together, knees dropping out to the side, and your thighs. Stretching over there, comfortable. And then bring the arms back to center. Left hand grabs the right wrist, go to the left. And then bringing the arms back up to center, bring the hands down beside you, and then help those legs back together. And you can stay in bound angle, or if you would like to extend those legs and come into corpse pose for a final few minutes of Shavasana, do whatever's best for you and your body. The traditional is corpse pose with the legs extended, arms by the side, palms up, but do whatever works for you. Just take a minute to slow down, that body and that mind and that breath. Close your eyes. And just remain here at peace for a few moments. Keep your eyes closed and continue to breathe. As your body will allow, bringing a little bit of movement into that body. You can move those fingers, those toes, hands, feet, arms, legs, even that head side to side or circles. And whenever you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go left. Everybody else can choose a side. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. And that's a quote from Robert Louis Stevenson. And when you're ready, using that outside arm, bring yourself back up seated, back where we began our practice here. And with a few seeds planted here within our day, hopefully this will give you what you need to make it through the rest of it and through the weekend. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. If you want to unmute and say hello.